But there are certain times there's restrictions. Maybe I give you an example. Maybe Nottingham Forest. Now all of a sudden, so many people ask for it.
Yes.
Because they're sitting quite high up the table, right?
Yes.
But the reason why Weston cannot carry it is because that kit is exclusive to the club.
Oh.
Sell the kit.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit podcast network. I am your host Eldad and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro Tin Yong. We have a special episode for you today where we, as football fans, right, are interviewing somebody that pretty much behind the scenes has shaped our lives, because it is a co-founder of Weston Corporation, right? Ami Chopra. For all football fans in Singapore, right? If you do not know Weston Corp,
you're not a fan.
You're not a fan. Weston Corp is pretty much where almost every single football fan goes to for jerseys, for boots, for collectibles, everything. And JY, I think you agree, right? The interview was also so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and it was very interesting to find out some insights as to how the business is being run, right?
Yes.
Like, I think one of the very interesting examples he shared was that some jerseys is not that he don't want to bring in, but the jerseys are only exclusive to the club and the fan clubs, like in UK. Like he cannot bring in,
Yeah, it was a shock to me also. Like I was like if you see my reaction, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
First time I had no idea about like the stuff that he said, but it was a lot of great interesting insight, and so I'm really excited for you guys to see this episode. So please go ahead and watch it and have fun listening to the episode. I'm sure that not only will you learn a lot, but you will love who Ami is as a person. We just want to give a shout out and a thanks to the people that are helping us bring this episode together, which is Adidas, because this episode is brought to you by the newly launched SS25 Adidas Predators. Are you ready to elevate your game? The wait is over. Introducing the new SS25 Predators, the latest chapter in the iconic boot series that has been shaping football for over 30 years. First launched in 1994, the Predator revolutionized the way the game was played. Its precision, ball control, and enhanced shooting capabilities quickly made it a favorite of professional footballers worldwide. Over the years, Adidas has continually evolved the Predator to provide the ultimate performance on the pitch, from the perfect pass to that game-winning shot.
Today, the Predator is a symbol of accuracy and power, worn by legends like David Beckham, Zinedine Zidane, and my own favourite player, Steven Gerrard. And right here in Singapore, by our very own captain Haris Harun and Shawal Anwar. Can't wait to get your hands on the beast of a football boot. Come down to Weston Corporation at 313 at Somerset and Adidas stores where you can try out the boots for yourself. Unleash your goal-scoring instincts and take your game to new heights with the Adidas Predator, a boot built for champions.
The SS25 Predator, available now at Adidas stores and Weston Corporation. Now, on to the episode. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit podcast network. Today we have a very special episode, and with somebody, right, that I think has shaped me and Tin Yong's football journeys for a very long time as Singaporeans. So, before we get into it, we just want to say thank you to Adidas, as this episode of the Football Kaki is brought to you by the newly launched Adidas SS25 Predators from the Pure Victory Pack. So today, we have a very special guest. Founded in 1949, Weston Corporation started as a sports equipment store before evolving into a fully fledged football store in the early 2000s. And they are now one of Asia's largest football-dedicated destinations, with 8 stores and a strong online presence. Weston offers an extensive collection of football merchandise that attracts football enthusiasts worldwide. Their commitment to an exceptional shopping experience is evident, with exclusive products and customization services. Today, we are very honored to have the pleasure of interviewing the co-founder of Weston Corporation, Mr. Ami Chopra. Hey. Ami, thank you for joining us today here on the Football Kaki. How have you been?
Good, guys. Thanks. Thanks for the podcast. Wishing you guys happy CNY, happy Chinese New Year. All good, bro. It's just busy at work, but it's nice to be here.
Yeah, the grind never stops, bro. The grind never stops.
That's true.
The grind never stops, right? But I just wanted to say, right, like, even you have thanked us for being on the podcast, we just want to thank you, because honestly, we have, since for as long as I can remember, right, every single thing that I own from that's football related has been from Weston. The jacket, the 2 jerseys behind me, the Red Man United from Adidas, the Real Madrid from Adidas, my first pair of football boots, and every football boot since has been from Adidas. Even, I don't remember, last time you used to sell Pro Stars figurines.
Yeah, back in the day, man.
Yeah, I had that collection, right? Even from the Man United Champions League edition, that full pack, right? I got from Weston also, bro. So for you thanking us, right, it's a bit surreal. So I want to say thank you.
Thank you for the support, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
Memories are
without you
memories.
guys, Weston won't be what it is. So we definitely need to thank all our customers. And
During like school times, right, you support team, you no money to buy the jersey. But my very, very first jersey was actually a gift from friends who put together money to buy me my first Liverpool jersey.
Yeah.
Then the one I'm wearing now, the Christmas gift from a friend, also bought from Weston. Yeah.
Nice t-shirt, bro.
It's the wrong type of red. The wrong type of red. The wrong shade of red.
If you ask me about United, I would say just it's probably still our biggest business that we do. So thank you to all United fans out there for making Weston successful with United business. So definitely thank you.
Did it hurt you to say that?
No. I mean, business is business, and the team I support is the team I support. So I never put both together because it will just not be right.
I agree. It's like sometimes in business you have to be able to understand what's personal and what's actual business.
Yeah, true. Like I tell you a good story is at our Liverpool stores, which we have two. We run two, right? One is at Queensway, one is at Bugis. The guy who runs Liverpool retail business globally is a United fan. So so it's no joke. Like that's the truth. So the guy who runs Liverpool retail business globally is a United fan. The guy who runs the social media on Liverpool retail globally is a United fan. So work is work. The team you support is the team you support. So it's weird, right? We live in a weird world.
Yeah, it's true. Like even sometimes I have close friends that are Liverpool fans, right? But the best banter you have with your friends is just basically just ribbing them about why you support Liverpool, and then they're ribbing us about why you support Man United. As we mentioned earlier, right? Weston Corporation actually began as a sports equipment store before transitioning into full-fledged football memorabilia, maybe what I would like to ask, and maybe what we would like to know is that could you share with us the history of how Weston Corp actually became a sports memorabilia powerhouse in Asia?
It's a good question, actually. I mean, the idea that came to me was around maybe during the 98 World Cup in France. And we started getting more and more inquiries globally, locally for more product, right? And I think that just put the idea in my head that we need to specialize in something. Trust me when I say it took a lot of persuasion from the family. Like, I probably bugged them too much to do it, and they were like, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because back in the day, right, most sport shops sold everything, right? So it's like, you sell football, you sell running, you sell everything, you sell rollerblades. So you used to call it a mom and pop store, right?
Yeah.
So I think I kind of managed to push this through maybe around 2000, 2001. Can't remember exactly when. We started probably a full-fledged football store before the Japan and Korea World Cup. So before 2001, 2002.
It was basically like an uphill battle, but you saw the opportunity that could be there, lah.
Yeah, let's just say some people didn't talk to me for a while, thought it wouldn't work, but results showed otherwise as time went by. Because I think you have to evolve as time goes by. Nothing's going to stay the same.
Would it be safe to say that was about the point where everything started to kind of go on the upward, or was there some struggles before that?
There are always going to be struggles, but I would say that was the catalyst to let us know that, hey, look, being specialized in something, making sure you get club jerseys from all around the world. Without space in our store, how are you going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it was like retail space is money, right? So if you're going to put running shoes, football shoes, basketball shoes all in the same place, it kind of didn't make sense to me. Like, for me, especially because I'm a super big football fan, right? So I managed to persuade the family, and I think it all moved from there. And so far, so good. So we have 9 Weston stores now, and we run 2 LFC stores.
And I think many Singaporeans, right, a lot of us feel that when we want to get something, right, the automatic mindset is that if I'm going to get something football related, I'm going to get a ball, I'm going to get a jersey, or I'm going to get boots, right? Weston Corporation immediately comes to the first in the mind, right? But speaking of the name Weston, right, I really am curious, right? Was there a story behind how the name came to be for Weston? Or was it just like a random?
That's a very, very good question. But the sad news to both of you is I don't have an answer to that.
Huh? Really? Yeah.
My grandfather started this company. He founded the company in 1949.
Yes.
But the company was registered on the 1st of January, 1950. I don't know why, but I should have asked him when he was alive. I don't know why I never did, because it was always in my mind that, Weston is our company. When he passed away, and I think when we started our football stores, I started to ask my dad the same question. I'm like, hey, Babs, why are we called Weston?
Yeah.
You know what's the best part? He couldn't give me an answer. Ask my uncle also. So my dad and my uncle are the two top people in the company, right?
Yeah.
So I asked my uncle the same question, and he couldn't give me an answer as well. So I think back in the day, all this, in the early days, 1950, I don't know how they would come up with names, and maybe Weston came up to his mind and said, "Wow, this sounds good," and he made the name. So I cannot give you an answer to that question, and we will never change the name, because the name is something that is in us, in all of us, in the family, and so I cannot give you an answer. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, and it's honestly even for us, right, as like customers, if Weston were to change the name, we will find it very weird. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because I feel the same way. You just can't change. It's just like you said, I'm happy that what you said earlier was like when you think of football, you think of Weston, and
yes,
I think it's also due to a lot of hard work put in from myself and people in the family. So I think our hard work paid off, right?
Definitely, 100%.
I think hearing you talk about like how you decided to sort of change the direction of the company, right, the family business, I realized that when you speak of this thing, like you have a very, very laser focus on goal. Like, I know that this can work. I'm going to try this, and I'm going to persuade like the hardest minds to turn around for me. Is it important, like, to have a goal-focused mindset, to build Weston Corporation into one of Asia's largest football destinations?
I was a very rebellious kid, and I used to always want to get my way, to be honest. And I sometimes will always do the negative of what people say, especially the family. Like, I want my way, I'm going to be very stubborn. And I think maybe my stubbornness paid off in pushing this direction.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the reason why I was so adamant on changing the style of our business to focus a bit more on football-related stuff and football-focused specific. Maybe I'm one SOB sometimes when it comes to this kind of thing. I'll be honest with you guys, because I want my way, I try to get my way.
I think I speak for a lot of people that sometimes in business, right, without this clear mindset and without this one person that says that we have to work towards this goal, sometimes things don't get done.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think I always tell my staff, right, I think one of the most important things is we must have passion in what we do.
Yes.
So I think passion, hard work, if you have these two already, I think the rest will flow. If you have the right boss, the right direction. Being a football fan, passion kind of automatically is there already.
Yes.
So it's just about a bit of hard work, understanding what consumers want, understanding our local consumers is super important.
No, I think it's quite interesting to hear your insight into how like you manage the store and how like you even manage the staff right? Because I think like you say, passion, if your staff have passion for that thing, right, I think it's really half the battle one. You don't have to encourage very much to say that, like, what should we recommend to our customers? You don't have to encourage them that, I need to research like what's going on, this kind of thing. Because we will watch football news every day, we will know what's going on, World Cup qualifiers, when is this team taking a break, who is coming in next, this kind of thing. So my next question is that in Singapore, because we talk about jerseys and we talk about so-called satisfying the customer, but in Singapore, right, it's very clear that there are a few mega fan bases. Like Eldad supports Man U, I support Liverpool, there's the Real Madrid, there's the Barcelona, there's the Arsenal. But as a business, right, how do you balance that with catering to people that support, let's say, Ipswich, or you support like Newcastle, even the teams like in the JFA? Like, how do you balance this out?
I think that's another awesome question that you have. Like, at Weston, I think what we try to do, like our DNA, is always to try to bring as much teams or countries from all around the world. But I think it's getting more and more difficult, to be honest, because I'll give you an example. Like, good thing about Ipswich is we're probably one of the first few retailers to carry that kit around the world, besides, of course, the UK. I'm very happy to have it. We're very happy to sell it. It sold really well. I think a lot of people who didn't watch football also bought it because they like the sponsor, Ed Sheeran. He's
Sheeran, yeah.
sponsor, right? So trust me, when I say this, there were some people coming like, do you have that shirt with the sponsor? They didn't even mention Ipswich. And we knew, okay, these people are kind of Ed Sheeran fans. We understand where they're coming from. So we try to bring everything that we can, honestly. But there are certain times there's restrictions. Maybe I give you an example. Maybe Nottingham Forest. Now, all of a sudden, so many people ask for it.
Yes.
Because they're sitting quite high up the table, right?
Yes.
But the reason why Weston cannot carry it is because that kit is exclusive to the club. Sell the kit. It's not just Forest, right? Many clubs in England have the same style. Even Fulham. It's only exclusive to the club. So in order to get it, technically you become a reseller. You buy it off a third party or whatever, then you sell it. But the problem is, by us doing that, the price goes up so high.
Yes.
Sometimes we need to look at all the things and say, this is going to be too expensive for our locals. If someone wants to buy it, we just direct them to buy it online. So there are many times when it's not possible. But like I said, our DNA is super important. Is we try to bring as much kits from all around the world. And I think we've done pretty okay, I would say.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting insight that I didn't have into a business.
Yeah, neither did I.
Normally in retail, I would think that if I need something, I go to a distributor. Distributor 1 don't work, I go to distributor 2, distributor 3.
Correct.
Right? I never expected that. Like I want to stock this jersey. Then the distributor will say, sorry, this one only the club carry. So when you decide what memorabilia to stock, right? How much of it is because like this club, the jersey is exclusive to that? Or you will like have to balance with like, I think this one by bringing nobody wants. So how do you go about deciding that?
A good thing about today is, any company who's growing, you use a bit of data and insight.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Say, for example, like it's a smaller club. There are times when, say, the smaller club is really, to be honest, maybe not doing so well.
Yeah.
But their kit is super cool, right? Like, there are certain clubs I think you can see maybe in the Championship or, say, maybe Italian Division 2, for example, where the club ain't doing so well, but they probably have the coolest jersey. So I think football culture is going towards that direction.
Yeah.
So what we try to do now, we need to try to find a balance of, can we bring it in? Is there a possibility to bring it in? And if there is, trust me, when I say this, is Weston will definitely try to bring it in. But there are always going to be restrictions, club exclusive, only sold in club stores. It's getting more and more. Like you and I, funny thing, right? When Napoli won the Serie A, it was only sold online in Napoli stores. You can't buy it anywhere else, right? Because of the brand, right?
Yes.
So it's not that we don't want to bring. We get so many customers coming and goes, oh, why Weston don't want to bring Napoli? I'm like, guys, it's not so easy sometimes.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it anywhere, not just at Weston, nowhere except the online store and the Napoli fan club store. That's it. Yeah. Nowhere else.
So I hope our listeners understand. Sometimes some jerseys not like you got money can get one.
I would say you got money can get anything.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah, but I think hearing from your perspective is interesting because I think sometimes people they are not inside the business inside. Yeah. So some of the things, the behind the scenes, they are not that familiar.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think what we try to do nowadays as much as we can, especially my senior staff, they try to maybe educate the consumer a bit. It's not that we don't want to bring it in, but we don't have access to it.
Yeah.
I think it's important to let consumers know we're not perfect as well in our stores. Yes. We always strive to do better in customer service. Slowly, we go in that direction, and we try to educate people as much as we can.
Now we talk about the business, right? I would like to talk about your other passion. I want to share a story before I ask you this question. Which is this shirt I'm wearing. It was a Secret Santa gift from a friend of mine who told me that actually he went to Weston Corp to buy this shirt, right? So when he bought, right, he realized that got a lot of Liverpool memorabilia. So he actually start doing some research, who's the founder and everything. He realized, you on your Instagram, right, you're Liverpool supporter, and then you took a picture with Jurgen Klopp, I think during the last Euros. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what's your journey like? Like, how do you become a Liverpool fan? And like, since what age and why you decide to support Liverpool when, like you say, your whole family supports Man U?
Funny thing is, my elder brother, he's now a United fan. he used to be an Everton fan. He's going to hate me for saying this, but he used to be an Everton fan. I think me and him, we fought a lot as kids. In a good way, not in a bad way. But me coming from a very sporty family, especially like whether it's playing sports or watching sports on TV, I probably fell in love with the club probably around 1985, 1986, that kind of. And I think back then it was like Ian Rush, John Barnes, that was my team. And I mean, I just fell in love from then. I think that was probably the period when I started supporting the club. Because I'm 46 now, so it's probably around 6 years old.
That was the previous peak of the Liverpool powers there, before the current Premier League. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm glad that I had that time. It was so important to feel, that like a dynasty during that period. It's pretty good.
So who's your favorite Liverpool player of all time?
Guess, guys.
Okay, can we get 2 hints?
Okay, I'll give you a good one since he's sponsored. He wears Adidas.
Steven Gerrard.
Exactly, you guys.
Oh!
Favorite player of all time.
I love that guy. Games that he used to play with Torres is just crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a special. There was a special partnership, but you're right.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Yeah, but I just chime in here. I got one question, right? I mean, which game was more impressive? Istanbul 2005 or the FA Cup final against West Ham?
Oh,
Istanbul, bro. Come on. Winning the Champions League is the most, I would say, is probably the most important thing to win.
Yes.
Because the champions of Europe, right? And it's probably the most prestigious tournament in the world. So I would definitely say the Champions League. And bro, it's the best comeback in history, man. Which other club can come back from 3-0 down in the Champions League final?
And again,
because I'm a Liverpool fan, right? But that's the truth. The hard truth.
It's true because that Milan team was absolutely amazing.
It was, man. It was like Maldini, Crespo. It was a crazy team, man.
Shevchenko, my God.
And I never forget when it was 3-0, I remember my brother and my dad, they were laughing at me. And I was just so happy when we overturned things. It was probably one of the best days of my life. Besides the birth of my daughter, that was one of the best days of my life. If I didn't say that, my wife would kill me.
I also have to be honest. The 2005 Champions League final was the reason I started supporting Liverpool, because I didn't know a football match can be so exciting.
So it's probably it's a great way to be inspired, right? What better way? Like a comeback from 3-0 down and then to win in penalty shootout. No better way, bro.
When the new paper was still a physical paper, right, they had like 20 plus pages of coverage of this amazing game. Then you just keep reading and like, oh my God, yeah. So I think it'll be remiss for us as people who have football podcasts that covers the EPL not to ask you on your thoughts about Liverpool this season. Were you surprised by how well we are doing under this new manager that comes in after Jurgen?
I mean, I'd be probably lying if I say I would expect them to be where they are right now. I probably would have expected, we qualify for the Champions League is probably good enough. But then again, I started thinking about, like, in the olden days, what they always say is like, Bill Shankly started stuff and Bob Paisley took over and won so much things. So I kind of thought of Klopp transition to Slot as kind of similar, that culture that they bring and then pass on to the next manager. So I think it's kind of very similar with the culture of the club. So I think it's a match made in heaven in terms of how both eras were similar.
Yes.
So I would still say I'm a bit surprised of how they're doing right now.
Touch wood, Okay, so do you think Liverpool can win this important title to match a certain Man United number?
He's trying not to say it so bad.
So I never want to say that anything. So I'm going to stay humble and I say the season still got a long way to go. So I touch wood. I hope we win.
Touch wood. Okay, we shall leave it at that.
I don't want to be a jinx. So
yes. Too many heartbreaks over the years. Under Brendan Rodgers, all these different managers.
That is part and parcel of the life of a Liverpool fan, bro.
Yeah. I don't want to bring it back to Man United because now Man United is just heart pain. So it's just pure pain.
Yeah, we feel your pain, bro, because we've been there.
Yes, I remember.
Before you say anything, maybe yours is a bit worse.
Ours is 100% worse, brother.
Way worse, bro, because the status of the club and how they're doing now, I mean, I feel sad as well because it affects business, right? It's the truth, right? If the club does really, really bad, business is definitely affected.
It's hard to watch as a Man United fan going on, but then again, we're not here to talk about Man United. It causes too much pain at the moment in time.
Right now it's fun, bro. We talk about it. Just kidding. No offense to any fans. It's all fun.
Can you imagine, right? Like every week we've done the Football Kaki, right? Because my fellow co-host Paul is also a United fan, right? You can see our duration of Man United, the temperament getting shorter and shorter and shorter. If you see over time, right? But I understand why both of you don't want to say anything about that particular trophy, right? But I think one thing is for certain is that we know that Liverpool is going over to Adidas again, like next season. So I would actually want to touch a bit on your family's relationship with Adidas. So I heard through the grapevine that actually your grandfather met the Adi Dassler. Is this true?
Yeah, it's actually a true story. So I think back in the day when you do business, right, it's always a face-to-face kind of meeting. So I think he went to Herzogenaurach, Germany. I have no idea on what year, but he met Adi Dassler in person. I think probably somewhere around the 60s.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, for me to hear that was like, wow, the founder of the brand, my grandfather also meeting him. So I think it's cool. I don't have details of the trip, to be really honest again, but it was cool that he met Adi Dassler.
Not everybody gets to meet somebody that created like a brand that is so iconic.
Yeah.
So iconic. It's like, true. Even with Adidas, right? Like the moment you see the 3 stripes anywhere, right? Or a stripe on something that has multiple stripes, right? The first thing you think of is Adidas.
Yeah, fun fact for you guys, right? Weston is also the same age as Adidas. 1940.
Is it?
75 years, bro.
Wow, 75 years.
Cool. We are old company, probably the oldest surviving sports company in Singapore. So we got to keep the local game strong.
Yeah, but I think you guys are doing an amazing job. Was there a point in time where, like, even now you're wearing Adidas gear, right? Was there a point in time where you actually started falling in love with Adidas, or like starting liking what they brought to the table?
Always been a huge fan of the brand. I mean, in all honesty, Weston is a multi-brand specialist store, right? We sell all brands, right? But I would always say my first love is always Adidas, right? Because again, Liverpool used to use Adidas back in the day.
Yep.
I think back then, even soccer boots, probably there were a few brands that you could get boots.
Yep.
There were a few brands like Adidas, Patrick, Diadora, all those brands. But Adidas was always my kind of choice when I was a kid. So that brand always has a special feeling for me. I think even for the family, like my dad actually had a store back in the day called Adidas Sports Shop. How lame is that, right? The name of the store. So it just shows that our business relationship with the brand has been through the test of time, and we try to get that partnership even closer as time goes by. So it's a cool brand to work with.
Even like for me, and I would say JY, right? You can literally see, right? Like I told this to Haris and Shawa when we were doing the interview, right? I like my shoes predominantly from Adidas. The teams that I like is predominantly Adidas. The shorts, everything I have is all Adidas, because it's just something about the brand that just makes you go like, yes. Bringing us back to the Predators, right? How old were you when you got your first pair of Predators?
I think my first Pred I used was the 1998 Accelerator.
Oh.
I think that time when you're young, right, you want a flashy color. So I always remember the first pair of Predators I used was the white color Accelerators in 1998. You know, the one Del Piero used? I don't know whether you guys can remember.
I can remember. It's the white one with the black stripes, right?
Yeah, correct. And then the tongue is like reddish color. So yeah.
It's like when the Accelerators first came out, it was predominantly, everybody remembered it because of Zidane and Beckham. I remember.
Correct.
I remember. And it was always the iconic black boot with the red tongue, and then the bottom of the boots was like white. If I'm not mistaken, it was white. It was that white color.
Yeah, I mean,
bottom.
I think when they got away with the tongue, maybe in 2011, I thought, personally, being very truthful, I thought it was a big mistake by the brand. So happy after all these years. Last year it came back, and honestly, I was the happiest person in the world. I was like, yes, finally, they listen more to the fans, and that tongue is so iconic, right? I mean, it's something so simple, right? Just a fold-over flap. It is the DNA of the shoe. It is the DNA of people like Beckham, Zidane, Del Piero, Steven Gerrard. So it's these things that people, maybe the older generation, will remember more. But the good thing is, I think the product is so cool that it spans out to everyone, like the young, the old, everyone loves it. Right? And I think the other good thing about the new one, the fit is really cool. So if you try it, automatically you feel the comfort. So I'm so glad that they brought back the old vibe with, of course, modern technology.
Yeah, it's really true. Because when you're talking about the accelerators, right, everybody knows the shape of the three stripes. Like, you know, the way that the thing it flows down, right? But also people remember because of Zidane's goal, like the Predator Manias. So I wanted to ask you like something, right? Don't you think that the current SS25 is a combination of both the Mania and the accelerator in the one boot?
So yeah, I think you're spot on. I think that is probably the way they blended the shoe together.
Yeah.
Because I think in the previous 2024 one, the fins were different. So
yes,
this one definitely has a lot of accelerator in it.
Are you going to buy it? Are you going to like wear it and play football with it?
I wish I had a bit more time to play football. I mean, I still love to play the game. But I'll be honest, I haven't played like 3 months. So it's a bit silly for me to take a pair in the store and not use it, not let it rot.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely I need to start playing again. And if I were to play, I'll definitely try it out.
Yeah, cool. So the red color.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of red, even though I support Liverpool. But red is not my color. Nowadays, if you ask me to take boots, I'm just going to go black because I think I'm getting old. A traditional color, I'll wear it. Don't give me something fancy. So everyone's different, right? Like maybe I like fancy, someone doesn't. So everyone is different.
I will rock the pair of red boots any day, brother.
Wow.
That's how much I love Man United. Like, I generally wear black a lot, but if you give me the boots in red, I will wear it.
I think this Pure Victory pack, I think the red is quite spot on.
Yes.
I think they made a very nice red, and I think it appeals to both young and old. So
yeah,
it is doing really well in our stores.
Yeah. Like even just aside from the Predators, like the Adi Copas, the Copas and the F50s, they are really the designs are really very, very beautiful boots.
Yeah. I think the current F50 is very cool color. I think it's probably the best of the entire F50 colors that came out previously. So very strong color, also doing very well in our stores. I mean, if you look on pitch today also and you see EPL game, you actually do notice, even though you see a lot of Predators, you see super a lot of F50s.
Yes, a lot.
Super a lot. Maybe the Copa not as much. Couple of players use Copa, not many. Declan Rice, maybe McAllister, but the F50 is everywhere. Okay,
so Ami, thank you so much. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but before we end off this interview, right, are you okay with playing a few games with us?
For you guys, anything, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. With that, right, I will hand it over to Tin Yong, who will be our game master.
Okay, so Ami, we will play 2 simple games. The first game will be a blind ranking. So do you know what's a blind ranking?
Wow, bro, you gotta tell me, man.
Okay, I'll tell you 5 Liverpool players, but each Liverpool player, right, you will have to rank them from 1 to 5. So let's say we do a Real Madrid version. So if I say Mbappe, you rank Mbappe third, means that the next Real Madrid player can only be ranked 1, 2, 4, or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so by the 5th player, right, if you rank it wrong, then that means your list is quite screwed up. Okay.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, so we will blind rank 5 Liverpool players. Okay, so the first Liverpool player is Jamie Carragher.
5.
Whoa!
5 being the worst, right?
Yes, 5 being the worst, brother.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm just saying I put him at 5.
Okay, the second Liverpool player, Luis Suarez.
3.
Oh, okay. The third Liverpool player, Divock Origi.
4.
Okay. The second last Liverpool player, Robbie Fowler.
So I only have 2 and 1 left, right?
Yes. Correct.
Shit, man. 2.
Go. Okay. The last Liverpool player is Steven Gerrard.
So easy answer 1, bro. So I think my list is pretty good, bro.
Yeah, your list is pretty good. I have to
your
agree.
list is pretty good. Your list is pretty good. Your list is
so
actually
our
really
second
good.
game is a very straightforward game. We just want you to rank your 3 favorite jerseys of all time.
Wow, that's a tough one, man. If I go with number 3, would be maybe Germany 1998 World Cup kit.
Oh,
the one where the design is in the center.
Yes.
I would give that as 3.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think one reason why probably I say that is because I think that jersey was so iconic until today that you see people use their designs everywhere. See a lot of football culture. I mean, they're not really Adidas people, but a lot of culture brands, they use that design. So I would definitely give that as 3. Number 2, probably a bit more modern. I would give maybe Ajax Bob Marley jersey. I think 21, 22, third kit. You know, the one that has that 3 little birds at the back. So I'm a huge Bob Marley fan. I used to listen to him so much as a kid. So I thought they did an awesome job on their kit. And I have to be a bit biased on number one, probably Liverpool 1986 away kit, which is their white and red kit. So
that one. Oh,
the one is the one with the red, like
crown
kind of like
paints,
the red stripe.
So it's like a red stripe, then very thin yellow lining, crown paints, that V-neck. So I would rank that as number one.
Very
nice. I can say for me and Jerry, both of us learned a lot from you today about football, about football business. No, because really you gave us a lot of different insights about like how you guys run and the history behind Weston, and also the challenges that you face, which is like even for a non football fan, but for business people also is like a really true insightful and understanding also.
Yeah, we do our best, bro. We try our best.
Yes, and we hope that you continue to grow bigger also in the future, and that Weston becomes a brand synonymous with football for a long time. Thanks. So, Ami, thank you so much for today. Thank you so much for your time. So we just want to say thank you so much for everything, and we just want to tell everybody that once again, this episode of the Football Kaki is brought to you by the Adidas Predator SS25 release, are now available at Weston Corporation, your one-stop destination for all your football memorabilia needs. So, Ami, thank you once again.
Thanks, guys.
I would want to wish you well for Liverpool, but as a Man United fan, it's a bit hard.
No, I rather you don't, bro. It won't be right for any United fan to say that. So
yes,
I understand your pain. And thanks, guys. Thanks for the interview. Take care. Stay safe.
Yeah.
And happy Chinese New Year to everyone.
Yes, thank you. Kongsi Fatai. Thank you.
God bless, guys.
Thank you so much.